you're just gonna have to buckle up because we're getting deep and down and dirty and real and raw. Okay, let's do this. Happy Monday. It is time for a Q&A. I asked you guys over on Instagram to ask me anything, and you asked me anything. Fair warning, I'm a little bit of a hot mess right now. I got some news right before filming this, which is actually gonna be one of my answers to one of the questions. So we'll get into that. And I'm having a very aggressive period, day one. It's not fun over here, but we're still gonna have some fun. I'm gonna stop rambling. Let's just hop in. This question, it is very, very direct. I respect direct. Do I have thyroid cancer? And I'm doing this one first because this is some of the news I just received. As of right now, we do not know if I have thyroid cancer. I think I've spoken a little bit on here about my thyroid biopsies. The news I just received is atypia of undetermined significance, Bethesda category 3. See comment. There's no comment after that. As someone who loves scientific stuff, and I am an avid Grey's Anatomy watcher, if you happen to know what any of this means, smears adequately cellular, demonstrate multiple flat clusters of small fragments, follicular cells, some with reactive changes, scattered hurdle cells noted, rare nuclear grooves are present, but no nuclear inclusions identified. The background shows moderate, thin and thick collided. My endocrinologist did prep. Now these samples will be sent in for genetic testing. The unfortunate part for that is it takes 3 weeks to hear back. Personally for me, the waiting period is just the hardest part because my last biopsy was 3 months ago. I had to wait to get another one, and now I have to wait pretty much another month. And I'd rather them just be like, you got cancer, we're gonna remove it, we're gonna do this, we have a plan. Right now with no plan, that's the part I don't like. I'm a very glass half empty type person. Like I just like to prepare for the worst, but not in like a depressive way or a downer way. I don't know, I'm very realistic. And I know my family tree, I know my family history, and I've always thought from a young age I was gonna, this sounds bad, but I was gonna get some type of cancer. And I know people are gonna be thinking if you put that out in the universe, those things happen, but I'm just logical, okay? There isn't a single person in my family tree that hasn't had some flavor of cancer. Everyone gets a little bit of their own, you know? We start breast cancer, 3 kids from there. We got Hodgkin's lymphoma, skin cancer, lung cancer, breast cancer, lung cancer, and then skin cancer and thyroid cancer. So I'm optimistic if my diagnosis is thyroid cancer. Like out of everything, that is the one to get. It's pretty much 100% survival rate, and it's just really usually surgery as long as it doesn't spread anywhere, and it's really rare for it to spread. But I just hate the waiting period. I just hate the waiting period. And that is news I just got before filming, so that's where we're at right now. Next question, I feel like kind of flows from the other one, but I got a lot of versions of this, just pretty much saying that my weight is down, I've got too skinny, and I have eyes. I've noticed I have dropped a little bit of weight, but I've had a weird past couple of months, and it could be connected to my thyroid. If you don't know, the thyroid, depending on what's wrong with it, can either have weight gain or weight loss, and just stress in general. And I did hurt my back. I sound like a hot mess. I did hurt my back in early December, and it's funny, now that I'm not working out, my appetite dropped, and yeah, it's just a combination of everything, but don't worry, I'm working on it. I do not think I look better like this. I would like to gain like 10 pounds is, I feel like, my healthy weight. Next question, trust me, I'm gonna throw in some fun ones in, but it's been a rough few months, and somebody asked, how is my mom doing, which I very much appreciate. My mom I think it was in November. So really recently, she got diagnosed with lung cancer, and thankfully they were able to remove it surgically. She didn't need any chemo. Yeah, she is such a champ. She is my total inspiration, and she is thriving. Somebody said, am I still working out? And because I hurt my back, I'm currently in physical therapy to heal it, learning different exercises. And I would say since probably mid-October, I have not worked out at all. And that is a huge aspect of my life that I really, really miss, just from a mental aspect and from a routine aspect and a little bit of a social aspect. It was something that I knew I could do a few times a week. That was for myself. I could talk to people at the gym, and it was a consistent thing that would bring me joy, and I haven't had that. So no, I'm not. And as soon as I can, I will be. Next question. Let's hop into some fun stuff. Somebody asked, well, a lot of people asked, who is this man I'm dating? Who have I went on dates with? What are the details on my dating life? And yes, I have been going on dates with somebody. We are not like official or anything yet. Somebody asked if the person I'm dating has met my daughter, and that is something that I feel like would be like a year after I was in a committed relationship, or I don't know. It would need to be a long period of time, because the last time I did it was at like the 6-month mark, and we all know how that went. Thankfully, it was a short encounter. Yesterday was Valentine's Day, and I got roses, which is so sweet. Dates have been going well. Right now, I am living more on the private side with details. I'm sure you understand, but if anything changes, I'll let you know. The next big question a lot of people wanted to know was if Cody, my daughter's father, and I were going to collab on a co-parenting video, because we have mentioned it in the past, but honestly, it's all just about catching him in the right moment. I would never force that video. Sometimes he shows interest in making it. Sometimes he pulls back. I'm kind of just letting him handle it. We do want to make it because we think it would be very helpful and just very cool and fun to see a co-parenting dynamic that works really well. And I feel like we have a lot of lessons learned and advice to give, but it's not going to be a video I force. So if you want it, you can find him on Instagram and tell him you want to hear from him, because that might actually get his ego going. With that being said, sometimes just keeping some stuff off the internet is for the best, and our co-parenting relationship is more important to me than the video, even though I think it would be very helpful and fun and entertaining and insightful, because there's not a lot of videos out there like that. Ooh, but I can answer this question. Someone said advice on co-parenting and staying friends or cordial. My biggest advice always with co-parenting is just to leave whatever relationship, whatever past that you guys had that made you boyfriend, girlfriend, or wife and husband in the past. And all focus should just be on a dynamic where you put your child's needs first and be willing to be supportive and a team together, because you can be the best co-parent in the world, but if your other co-parent isn't trying and is making your life difficult, there's only so much you can do. It really relies on both co-parents being equal, same goals, same purpose. When you do, it's actually a lot of fun. Like, we're homies now. I'm doing his laundry right now, actually. His laundry machine broke, but that is, you know, that's a supportive thing. Every co-parenting dynamic is gonna be different, trust me. I know not everyone would do that, but whatever we can do to make each other's lives easier so that we're a better parent, that's what we do for each other. Next question, when is the next launch for my clothing brand, Sparrow? I don't have an exact date yet, but I'm thinking probably late March. I'm so excited for this collection. It definitely has the same overall theme that I wanted the Sparrow brand to have, but I learned a lot from my first collection. For example, the embroidery that I didn't realize it was gonna take 3 weeks to get that done and shipped out. And so moving forward, I just know different techniques that will make everything more seamless. I listened to all your notes and things that you liked, especially price points, especially mommy and me matching things, and I think we're gonna have a really, really fun spring collection. I'm so excited. Next question, and this is just such a random one for me because I never talk about movies, but somebody asked me my favorite movie, and I do have one, and it is, the soundtrack is perfect, the story is perfect. I cannot watch the same movie twice, except this movie I can watch once a year, which is a huge deal for me. That's like a regular person watching the same movie every single day. I want to say maybe 1 out of 100 people have watched this movie. It is called Mr. Nobody. I'm not going to say any more. You have to watch it if you have not seen it. It is the best movie ever. This next question I thought was so good because it really made me think, and I feel like I have really good thoughts about it, but it is, what do you miss as a single parent? And when I say it really made me think, I wrote like a whole notes, and it's gonna sound sad, but then I kind of wrapped it up into a little happy ending. I'll just read to you what I wrote. Single parent now for almost 4 years, and yes, I do co-parent. There's always like a thing, it's like, are you a single parent or co-parent? And this is why I classify myself as a single parent who does co-parent, because single parents can relate to these 4 things, and probably more. This is just what popped in my head. Number 1, I realized she's never seen me be cuddled or kissed, like if I was within a relationship, just with my significant other on the couch, cuddling, a goodbye kiss to work. I realized as a single parent, my child in her entire life has never witnessed that. Number 2, I realized my little one has never seen the at-home workload responsibility shared, meaning it's always mom doing the dishes, taking out the trash, breaking down the packages, making sure we have everything within the home, going to the store, getting her dressed here, doing bath time, cutting her nails. Everything within my home is done by mama. Number 3, my child has never witnessed me coming home and being welcomed with a surprise or flowers. Number 4, my child has never witnessed moments of love between me and a significant other, of course with friends and family. And within our own dynamic, these are things she's witnessed, but not with a significant other. As I was writing this, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, darn, that sounds kind of sad. So I wrapped it up with this paragraph. My little one does get to see all of my love to her every day. She gets all my cuddles and kisses. She sees that I'm strong and I'm capable and I take care of her, myself, and my home. She's never seen me treated badly or another person making mom cry. She surprises me with gifts from her very own toy collection or book collection, and I get to surprise her with special treats or toys or just surprise ice cream outing. She witnesses the love I have for her in the moments I care for her, teach her, and play with her. My point here is, yes, as a single parent, things are going to look a little bit different, but that doesn't mean that your child is going to miss out on seeing love, feeling love, being cared for, seeing your strength, feeling at home and safe. And so yes, being a single mom, single dad, single parent, co-parenting, whatever it may be, it is going to look a little different than if you're in a 2-parent household, but I think it can be just as beautiful. You can still give your little one a beautiful life. It just might look a little different than some other families, but let's be real. Every family is different, every parent is different, every child is different. It doesn't make any one family less beautiful. That, my guys, might be the most all over the place Q&A I think I've ever done, but that has been kind of what the last 4 months of my life have been like. My life is in a limbo state, but I feel like, you know, maybe I'm at a low point And when you're at a low point, life is a roller coaster. It can only go up. And so I'm excited to see where we are in the next 4 months, the next season of our life. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that I answered your question. If you have any questions for future videos, leave them in the comments down below. And I will talk to you guys and see you next Monday. Bye!
I will pay, blaming myself.